Hi friends, so we've made it to our last week of looking at Nehemiah and his journey in rebuilding the wall of Jerusalem and us talking about lessons that we can learn as we're pursuing God's vision. So as Nehemiah and the people, they finish the wall, and then the most critical part of anything happens. Ezra, the scribe, leads them all in reading from God's law. When I read this, it reminded me that the most important lesson, the most important thing about following God's vision is don't miss God and don't miss God's measure. God's measure is always love. Jesus talks about in the New Testament the two greatest commandments: love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. If we're pursuing God's vision, it will always result in loving God more and loving people more. So if we think we're pursuing God's vision, but it's not drawing us closer to God, we're off track. If we think we're pursuing God's vision and it's not benefiting other people and shining God's love to them, we're off track. God has designed us to live in community, build each other up, and to love each other with His love. In the process of writing a book, several times I found myself getting so focused on, what am I going to get out of this? What's in it for me? And I realized that's not the point. I shouldn't be writing for my own benefit. I'm writing, one, to bring God glory and share His message, and two, to share His message in a way that impacts other people. I need to have a love for the people that are reading my book, else it doesn't really matter because I miss God's measure. What are you pursuing and working on right now? Is love your priority? Is love shining through? If it's not, it's time to redirect yourself and get back on course, because God's vision is always going to result in loving Him, loving His word, spending time in prayer, seeking His face, and it's going to result in restored relationships. It's going to result in people's lives being changed. It's going to result in your heart being stirred with a greater love for people, because that's what God's vision is all about. It's about people. So consider that as you evaluate where you are in life and what you want. And don't get so focused on your needs and your desires and feeling good about yourself that you miss the opportunity to let God shine through you and change lives in the process.